What's up, you guys? All right, I have a guest speaker today. Would you like to say hello?
Hi.
Hi. Carson wants to be an entrepreneur. This is Carson, if you don't know Carson. Carson, how old are you?
7.
And what do you want to do when you grow up?
Be an entrepreneur.
She wants to be an entrepreneur, except 5 minutes ago she goes, what is an entrepreneur? Why do you want to run your own business?
Because I want to have more money.
Okay, she wants to make more money. All right, guys. It's a real thing. A lot of us have worthiness wounds and money issues. So start them young to understand that money is just a vehicle to do what?
Sign up more people. Help more people.
Help more people. All right, guys. Hi, Sally. Give me a hello. Give me a hi when you guys jump on. Happy Friday night. We made it. It's Friday night. I don't know about you guys, but it has been a fun week. I cannot believe Christmas is a week from today. How did that happen? Like, this has been the weirdest year. But anyway, all right. You gonna go?
Yeah.
All right. Say bye. All right, you guys. So, give me a hello. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Hi, Jen. All right, you guys. Drop me a little comment. How you feeling today? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you ready for some sleep? Are you pouring yourself a glass of wine? What are you doing this fun Friday night? I'm, I was joking that I have a drinking problem because I have I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I have 4 empty cans of water beside me and then 2 coffee cups. I was like, I think I have a drinking problem. So, not an actual drinking problem, but all right, you guys. So, it is day 5, session 5. You have made it. Even if you're catching the replays, that's okay. Okay, these are gonna be up until Tuesday. So, just a foreshadowing, if you want to catch up on these videos, you can binge watch them this weekend, catch up on them. I don't know if you can put them on fast forward. There's a way on other videos you can make them go faster, but I kind of talk fast, so putting me on fast forward might not work. But if you have not caught up, there is still time, okay? If you watch them and you haven't taken action, there is still time, okay? So many people are like, I haven't done it, I haven't taken the action. That's okay, you guys. But you can start right now, right? This is the thing in business that I see so many times over, and I've talked to a few of you guys on the phone, and it's like, I know what I should do, but I'm not doing it, okay? So I'm going to give you an insight into how I coach, okay? So if you're thinking about joining Invincible Entrepreneur and you're like, yeah, but what's it really going to be like? There's 2 parts of me. There's the part of me that will lovingly hold space for you, and there's the part of me that will be like, put this stuff on the calendar, and when are we doing it, right? Jen, we did that just the other day, right? So everybody that's in my program right now, they have a date on the calendar for when they're doing their 5-day workshop, okay? So I want you guys to understand, you have to take action. You have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. If you're bumping up against struggles with that of why am I not getting it done? There's too much going on, right? There's probably something deeper than just there's too much going on, okay? A lot of times it's we're just not prioritizing our time. We've got some habits we need to work through. We've got some beliefs we need to work through. We've got some worthiness we need to work through. We've got some fear we need to work through. So all of that stuff, you guys. And I did a bunch of calls today, and I want to share this with you guys because I think it's so important. There is an energy that happens when you're building your business, okay? It's an energy for most of us. It's like butterflies in our stomach or our chest, and it's like this feeling, right? For a lot of us, we're like, it's anxiety or it's excitement. Okay, for those of you that haven't done a lot of this inner work, anxiety and excitement are, for most of us, not everybody, but for most of us, it's the same sensation in your body, okay? But anxiety happens when there's no movement, and excitement happens when there's movement, okay? So the analogy, if you have a brand new Ferrari and you're like, this is amazing, and you've got your foot on the gas, and you're in park, and you're sitting in your driveway, that's what anxiety feels like. Oh, and I'm not going anywhere, right? But you take that same Ferrari and you take it out on a race course or wherever you want, probably not in your neighborhood. I'm just trying to be safe here, you guys. And you're like, now I've got it in I don't even know, 5th gear. Do Ferraris have 5th gear? Whatever. So now you have pedal to the ground and you're going fast, right? And then that feels really fun, okay? So that energy is simply because you're not taking action, okay? So fear, you need to take action, okay? Jen says, yes, I love being pushed outside of my comfort zone because otherwise I wouldn't do it, right? That's true for all of us, right? And I want to say something to all of you guys because I have this pull from my heart right now that I don't want you to do what I did, okay? We're going to get into tonight's training, but I've spoken to some of you who are like, I just graduated or I graduated not too long ago from my program and it was a big financial commitment and I just don't know if I can make another commitment. And I get that, you guys. I totally get that. But here's the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, with that education. don't continue to get coaching. Try to do this by yourself. Don't do it. In 9 months, you paid all that money for your certification or for whatever you got, and you're 9 months into it, you've made no money. Okay? If you take a jump and you say, I'm going to invest in myself, I'm going to invest in my business, I'm going to continue investing, I will make sure you make money. Okay? I will make sure you make money. You have to show up, you have to do the work, but I will give you the tools and the strategies. And I'm going to teach you guys tonight how you should be able to make $3,000 to $5,000 by the beginning of the year, okay? So there should be no excuse. You are an amazing coach. You can make this happen, but you have to take action, okay? So I want to just lovingly tell you guys that the fear of not continuing to invest in yourself is the fastest way to throw away your investment on learning how to be a coach, right? And Sally says, yes, that's where we need to be lovingly called out. And she says, I'm good at this. Thank you, Sally. But like, I need it too, you guys. I've shared with you guys, I have multiple coaches and I'm paying a lot of money a month for them, right? Because I know if I make that commitment that I'm going to show up and do the things that I need to do. Okay. And I expect the same for you guys. And I expect that if you join Invincible Entrepreneur, right, and you make that commitment, it's $777 a month. If you haven't gone to the site, if you pay in full, there's a discount. But you should be making that money back within your first 30 to 60 days. Okay, it depends on how big your audience is, how fast you run. It depends on you, but you should be making that initial investment back very, very quickly. Okay, so when you're investing in a program like this, isn't an investment into your business, so your business will make money so you can do the things that you wanted to do. Okay, so I'm going to teach you tonight exactly how this works, okay? So for those of you that have done your SMS posts, okay, there's quite a few of you that have. There are some that are waiting till tomorrow or Monday. That's okay too. If you haven't done your SMS and you want to do it, I would not do it on the weekend. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't do it Sunday, okay? Just a forewarning. You can do the engagement post over the weekend. It's kind of hit or miss. It wouldn't hurt you to do it. Prime the pump this weekend and do your engagement post, okay? I'm not a huge fan of working on the weekends, but in this case, it might be a good strategy, okay? I am going to be live in here at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and I'm going to share some stories and some strategies in a little more detail about exactly what Invincible Entrepreneur is and what happens inside of it. Okay, so if you have questions, drop them and I will answer them tomorrow. Okay, and then on Sunday, Erin, who is one of my amazing clients, she and I are going to do a live interview. So I would really highly suggest you guys come to that, okay? It's one thing to hear it from me, right? It's one thing to, like, it's totally different to hear from me than it is from everybody else, okay? So I want you guys to hear Erin's story, where she was, where she's at, and where she's headed, and why she feels like the Invincible Entrepreneur has been such an incredible investment and decision for her, okay? So tonight, we're gonna talk about this. So your SMS post, if you haven't done it and you wanna do it on Monday, okay? Prime the pump over the weekend and do your engagement post, okay? And bonus points, reach out to people that you're like, ooh, I think these people might be my people. Reach out, say hello, say, hi, how you been? I was just thinking about you. Like, be honest. Don't be creepy, don't be sales. But if there's people that you know might want what you're doing, you can also go to their page, comment on their stuff so they see what you're doing, okay? It's just a strategy to make sure, blah, 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 really? It's a strategy, it's been a long week, you guys, to make sure that people see what you're doing, right? We all assume, like, I posted something and it didn't get any hits, right? It's because people didn't see it, okay? So if you're commenting, if you're liking, if you're asking questions, if you're on somebody else's page, they're going to see your stuff, okay? So if you know that you have people in your network, they're like, oh my gosh, I would love to have these guys in my program, go on their page, go talk to them, send them a message, drop a Merry Christmas, right? Or Happy Holidays or whatever you do. I'm not politically correct, but whatever you're celebrating, right? Happy end of 2020, whatever you want to do. So think about that, take some action, right? You guys, it does take work. I'm not going to tell you guys it doesn't take work. It does take work, but it's worth it, right? Because is it fun to sit back and be like, I have all these amazing talents and I have no clients? Like, that sucks. I've been there and it's no fun. So I'm telling you guys, do the things so that you can get the people. Okay, so now let's talk the next strategy. Okay, we're doing engagement. We're priming the pump. We're going to do an SMS post if we haven't, okay? If you have done your SMS post, this is exactly what you need to do. If you haven't done your SMS post, this is exactly what you need to do, okay? So this is exactly how I made $3,700 in my first 30 days of switching gears, right? I went completely out of fitness and like life coaching into this business, okay? this happened for me by accident, but it's a brilliant strategy, okay? So I'm gonna explain to you how I started doing it and why you should do it too, okay? So let's say that you did your SMS post, okay? Let's say you got 4 people that said, hey, I'm interested, okay? So all you need to do right now is send them a message. If you haven't already reached out to them, send them a message and say, hey, awesome, I've gotten a lot of people that are interested, so I'm gonna get back to you with exactly more details next week, right? Just tell them, I'll tell you next week what's going on, okay? What you need to do then is you need to host a webinar, okay? So what's going to happen on this webinar is you're going to figure out, so if you go grab your homework, if you don't have your homework, go grab your homework, grab that really quick, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to launch a mini course, okay? So let me talk to you guys about mini courses, why they work, and why I did my first one, okay? So I have a coach. He has multiple levels of his coaching program, okay? I joined in his like basic level. It was mostly about sales. And so I was doing that stuff with him. And every like 4 to 6 weeks, he'd be like, hey, I'm going to do this bonus. I'm going to do this other training. It's $297 a month. Do you want in? And like every single month, I'd be like, yeah, I want in. And I would sign up every single month. And I was like, you're amazing at like selling us. But it was stuff that we wanted, right? It was all the stuff that I wanted, and I kept signing up. Little did I know, if I had just joined his like higher level, which I'm in now, like all of that was included. But it was a brilliant model because it was like, okay, I'm going to teach you this one thing. I'm going to solve this one problem in 4 to 5 weeks. If you want to join, you can. Okay, it's $297. Jump on in. Okay, so I decided, I was like, well, what if? So my first ever SMS post was I'm looking for 5 motivated coaches, entrepreneurs, I don't remember what I said, that want to make 3 to 5K in the next 30 days. Okay, and I got a bunch of comments. Hello, Felicia, you're crushing this, so you need this tonight. I got a bunch of comments. I posted it in the group. I got a bunch of comments. I had people direct messaging me, and I was like, oh, that works really well, okay? And then I was like, what am I going to do? And I literally had no idea what I was going to do, okay, you guys? So I want you also to know you don't need to have it all planned out before you talk about it, okay? Sell it, then build it, okay? So I did that, and I was like, you know what? I think I need to do a webinar. And I was like, I have no idea how to do a webinar. Like, none, okay? I did my SMS post on a Thursday. On Friday, I was like, hey guys, I'm doing this webinar. I decided to do it on that Monday. And I was like, all right, here we go. Literally no idea what I was doing. Messaged then a bunch more people. Hey, you guys, I'm doing a free training on Monday night. Do you want to come? More people came to it. I did the training. I think there was 6 or 7 people live on the training. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't actually matter how many people come live. A lot of those women signed up because they got to ask questions. So that was great. But then afterwards I was like, hey, I just did this free training on how to make $3,000 to $5,000 next 30 days. Would you like it? I got so much engagement on that. It was amazing. And now I still have that training. So if somebody reaches out and I'm like, hey, here's exactly how you do a webinar, right? If you guys want if you want to see this webinar, just send me a message and I'll send it to you, right? So you're not going to call it a webinar, right? You're going to say I'm doing a free training, okay? And then inside of that training, you are going to teach them. You're going to go over exactly what you're going to teach them in 30 days. Okay, so let's grab our homework. That's kind of high level. So now let's grab our homework and talk about exactly how this works. Okay, so whatever your SMS post was, I want to help this many people do this thing in this amount of time. Okay, so you need to think about, you have 4 weeks. Okay, all you are going to do, you can do a workbook if you want, but all you're going to do is a live training with these people on Zoom once a week for 4 weeks. That's it. It is not a big time, it's not a time suck. You're not creating all this back end stuff. You can do more if you want, but I want you guys to make this simple. Provide an outcome, make it easy for people to show up, make it easy on you, and prove to yourself how easy it is, and get these people to know you, okay? So often when you launch a new business is people don't really know you. They don't know what it's like to work with you. They don't know if they should trust you. They don't know a lot of things, right? And if you think about, obstacles to coaching programs, okay? There's obstacles to anything in life. There's 2 things most people have: time and money. Those are their obstacles. I can't afford it. I don't have time. We've probably all said that a time or 2. I've said it a bunch of times. I don't have time. I don't have the money, right? Usually those aren't real, right? That's our own fear. If something is important to you, you will make time, okay? So I want you guys to understand that. If something is important to you, you will create time. Time is an illusion. You will create the time, okay? So if you want something, you'll make the time, okay? Same is pretty much true with money. Money is also an illusion, okay? But people use money as an obstacle because they're like, oh, if I just say I can't afford it, like a lot of coaches, a lot of people won't ever like ask you a question deeper about what your finances really look like and get creative with you. But that's here nor there for this training. But we'll talk about that inside the Invincible Entrepreneur, is like your own worthiness, but also how to really help your clients get over that. Because most of the time people, not always, but most of the time people have ways of getting the money if they see the value in what you're doing, okay? And there's always creative ways to help your people, okay? That being said, if you're thinking about joining an Invincible Entrepreneur and you're like, I want to, but I don't have the money, let's talk, because I am super creative and I will help you guys come up with a way, okay? A way that feels good, right? Not a way that's like, oh, I don't want to do this, okay? My computer is doing crazy things down here. I don't know why this stuff is popping up, sorry. Okay, so with the mini course, the beauty of the mini course is it's only 30 days or 4 weeks, 5 weeks, however you want to pitch it, okay? And you're going to sell it at $297, okay? So it is not a big investment and it's not a lot of time, okay? So the beauty of that is that when people want, like when they think about working with you, they're like, oh, it's only 30 days. I can do anything for 30 days. And they're like, oh, it's only $297, okay? So side note, when you talk about money, if you want something to sound expensive, so if you're like, this normally goes for $1,500, say dollars, okay? If you want it to sound inexpensive, say bucks, right? So you're like, normally I do this program for $1,500, but today it's only $297. I'm telling you, it's a mental thing. Say bucks when you want it to sound inexpensive. Say dollars when you want it to be expensive, okay? And you need to believe in your heart that $297 is a very, very, I don't want to say cheap, but more than reasonable price for what you're going to do in these 30 days, okay? So I want you to think about what is the outcome that you promised on your SMS post, or that you're going to promise on your SMS post, that you can get in these 30 days, okay? Your goal of these 30 days is to get these people quick wins, okay? Most of you are doing work that takes, I mean, really, most of life takes 6 to 9 months to really make massive changes. So if you're doing deep inner work, you're not going to probably, like, they're not going to be a long way on their healing journey in 4 weeks, okay? But you can get them some big wins. You can teach them how to find some calm, like Sally's was calm, finding calm in the chaos, right? So she thought like, okay, we're gonna have to do all these things. And what she found out was that she was like, wow, like these women need to slow down a little bit. They need to have a morning routine, right? So she taught them all that, but she gave them a massive amount, girls go. She gave them a massive amount of calm in their life, which was amazing, right? In 30 days, okay? So I want you guys to think about what can you teach in 30 days that someone will get a quick win and really feel like they got an amazing result from $297 and 30 days of being with you, okay? So there aren't very many objections. It's cheap, and well, not cheap, but it's not very expensive, and it doesn't take a lot of time, okay? So you're gonna pick an hour a week, same time, same place, do it on Zoom, record it. If people can't come live, that's fine, okay? And then whatever you wanna do beyond that, like if you do breath work, if you do any of that stuff, you can offer that kind of stuff, but it's basically that time and then whatever support you wanna offer on the back end, okay? Now I would over deliver in this 30 days because foreshadowing you guys, at the end of the 30 days, then you're gonna wanna be ready to launch a longer program to these people who now know you, like you, trust you, and wanna work with you, okay? People that have worked with you in the past are 80% more likely to buy from you again, okay? So if you bring someone in on a product that doesn't cost as much as, say, your long program, if you're a coach, if you're doing direct sales, send me a message. I will jump on the phone with you. There's a really cool way to do this. Basically, you're gonna offer a challenge and then use your product as the 30-day piece of it. So we can totally make this work for that, okay? And you can make money both ways on that. So if you're in direct sales and you're not sure how this would work, send me a message. We've done this a lot and it works really, really well, okay? So I want you to know what you're gonna coach, okay? So if you look at your sheet, what can you teach in 30 days, okay? So I want you guys to know what's the outcome you can teach in 30 days. Hi, Chantal. What's the outcome you can teach in 30 days, okay? And then I really want you guys to go through, what am I now on week 1? What can I teach on week 2? They should build on each other, just saying. Week 3 and week 4, okay? So you're gonna figure out what you're gonna coach, okay? And then you're gonna do a mini training. So I want you guys to do this. Figure this out as soon as you can, okay? Figure this out this weekend if you can. When are you gonna do it? This is my advice, and you can take it or leave it. This is just my opinion. Don't give people too much time. The week between Christmas and New Year's, I believe, is going to be actually a really good time because that week, like, okay, Christmas is over, and then people are like, okay, the new year is coming. And whether we believe it or not, whether we set resolutions or not, we all kind of go, okay, what are the things that I want to lean into? Where can I improve? Like, I think in general, most people do some self-reflecting at the end of the year. Okay, so that's great, right? We all should. We should be self-reflecting in the morning, at night, at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, right? Sally says, so much easier than you think to make it out in your mind. Talk about something you know a lot about, and it's easy to talk about. Oh, hold on. I'm using my mouse to try to read my phone. Sally, I'm not going to read the rest of it, but you get Sally's point. I'm afraid to touch the comments. But Sally says it's a lot easier than you think, right? So think about something you love to talk about and talk about it for a month, right? And Sally makes a great point, you guys. So thank you, Sally, of like, do something that's fun. Do something you enjoy, okay? So on a strategy standpoint, I believe the week between Christmas and New Year's, like a lot of people are in a reflecting time. They're in a time where they're subconsciously setting goals, even if it's not a resolution. And you should all kind of be doing that, right? I hate resolutions. I'm like, if you want to change your life, just do it today. But it's a good time to plan. If you own a business, you should be planning. What does quarter one look like? What does quarter two look like? What does quarter three look like? What are my revenue goals, right? We talked about that. Like, I have mine all mapped out. How do I get there? All those things. And you should too, okay? So help your clients do that. So if it were me, I would host a training either Monday, Tuesday. I would honestly, I'm not going to give you my opinion, Tuesday or Wednesday of the week of New Year's, right? So it's kind of like a downtime for a lot of people. Host a training on Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Thursday is New Year's Eve. Friday is New Year's Day, okay? Host a training that week because people are starting to think about stuff. So you're going to do a free training, okay? In your free training, you are going to cover, okay, so this is the magic. And if you need help on this and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, it's totally fine. Reach out. I wish I could send you guys this this little gift that my husband sent me the day I was doing that. And he knows I'm the like commit first, figure it out later person. Always, I always have been. And he sends me this gif, and it was like walking into Monday like this, and it was this like little like scrawny dude like walking backwards, and he was walking into like a bullfighting ring. And he was all like confident and cocky, and I was like, that's fantastic, because that was pretty much me, right? And it was super fun. So anyway, side note, Jen says, funny because my mini course is going to be about creating your vision. Yes, exactly. So like, guys, get on Jen's program, right? She's going to talk about vision. So think about what you can do and know what makes sense for your people, okay? So then in your webinar, okay, or in your training, it's a webinar, but you're going to call it a training. You're going to tell them it's going to be 90 minutes. This is very important. You want it to be 90 minutes, because if you do 60 and you coach, I'm going to back up. You're going to really coach in this training, okay? This isn't going to be a fluff like, oh, you really didn't learn anything. You're actually going to teach people things, okay? So if you're going to teach for 45 to 50 minutes, you want them to know that they don't need to know this, but you want them to know to be there for an hour and a half, okay? That way you do two things. You make sure you have time to actually coach them and teach them, and then you have time to talk about the mini course, okay? So you want to have time to teach, and you want to have time to invite them to join you, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to talk about, hey, this is what we're going to do in week 1. This is what we're going to do in week 2. This is what we're going to do in week 3. This is what we're going to do in week 4, okay? Tell them what it is. Give them an overview, like let them understand it. It doesn't need to be super in-depth, but you actually want to teach them something, okay? Because so many people show up to webinars and you're like, all it was a 60-minute pitch and all of the foreshadowing and all of that kind of stuff, but they didn't actually learn anything, okay? You want to teach people the what and the how, okay? And you want to let them know that if they want to execute and they want to get results, that they need to join you, okay? Just like with Invincible Entrepreneur, you guys. I can give you all the free information, but if you really want to execute and you want to make it good and you want to make sure you have a strategy and accountability, then you need to join us inside of Invincible Entrepreneur. It's the same thing for your programs, okay? You can teach, you can serve, you can give free information, but if people want to shorten the gap, have less roadblocks, do all the things, then they need to join you, okay? So you teach. This is what we're going to go over the first, you can call them 4 pillars, you can call them 4, whatever, but in your 4 weeks, we're going to teach this, and then this, and then this, and then this, okay? Why do they need to know it? What's the outcome? Okay. In that training, you want to show them like the bridge, right? From where they are to where they want to be. You are the bridge. How do you get them there? And how do you get them there in the fastest way possible? Okay. So in your webinar, you're going to do that. Okay. You're going to teach for 45, 50, maybe 60 minutes. Okay. I would say 45 to 50 is kind of a perfect number. Because you don't want to get to the point where people are like, I made it for the hour and now I have to jump off, and then they miss the invitation, okay? So then, at the beginning, and I don't know if this is on here, but I can give you guys a really good outline. But essentially, at the beginning of your training, you are going to say, thanks for being here, you guys. I'm so happy that you're here. I can't wait to teach you these things. And just know at the end, I'm going to offer you an invitation to take a step closer, to get through this process faster, and to make sure you get results, right? Tell them that in the beginning. Let them know, right? Because that's half for them and half for you, okay? Because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, yeah, I want to do this, right? How many of us have done that where you're listening to somebody talk and you're like, I don't want to do this on my own. Like, I want this person to help me. So how do they help me, okay? So tell them that in the beginning. You go through your 4 pillars, okay? And then you go into invitation, okay? Hi, Erin. And then you go into invitation, okay? So invitation is simply like, hey guys, like you'll finish talking about teaching, and then you'll say, I'm so glad you guys were here. Thanks for joining me. If you feel like you've gotten all the information that you need and you're ready to go out in the world and execute, I really appreciate you being here, and you're welcome to jump off, okay? This trips everyone up because you're like, no, I can't tell them to leave. Tell them to leave. Give them the invitation to leave, and then give them the invitation to stay because most of them will stay, okay? And if they don't, that's fine, right? It's totally fine. You planted seeds. It doesn't matter if they stay or if they go, okay? Most of them will stay. And then you will say, I told you guys in the beginning that I was going to give you an invitation to work with me a little bit closer. So I really want to go into that and tell you guys exactly what that would look like and how you can take a step closer and how you can work with me on this and how you can get from here to here, okay? And then you simply invite. You say, we're going to do this in a 30-day, I'm going to offer this in a 30-day mini course, okay? The mini course is this. Okay, you'll re-explain what the course is, like you just did that, but you'll re-explain it again. And I have an outline for this if you guys want it. Let me know, reach out, okay? But then you're gonna say, I'm doing we're gonna do this in a 30-day mini course. It's gonna be on this day. It's gonna be on Zoom. It'll be recorded, blah, blah, blah. Retell them what that they're getting. Have some testimonials, okay? Even if you're a brand new coach, you've probably worked with someone, or you have someone that will give you like a character testimonial, like, hey, she's an amazing person, of course you'd want to work with her, kind of thing. Throw in those testimonials, talk about, how much calm, Bobby Joe had when she did your 30-day program, how much less anxiety she has, how much happier she is, how much more money she's made, how much more aligned she is, whatever it is. Like, give the testimonials, because again, just like I said to you guys, it's great for you to hear it from me, but when you hear it from Erin, who just jumped on, it's a little bit different, okay? So same thing, you want to tell people from you what it's going to be like to work with you, and from other people what it's been like to work with you, okay? So if you don't have testimonials, start gathering those now, okay? If you have never coached anyone, go coach someone for free for a week and get some testimonials, okay? You can all get testimonials. It's not that hard, I promise you. And if you're stuck there, let me know, okay? I feel like I have this crazy eyelash tonight. Okay, so you're going to host your training, okay? You're going to sell it for $297 what? Not dollars, bucks. Okay, you're going to sell it for $297, and you're literally going to say in your training, I'm making this incredibly reasonable, you guys. It's only $297, and it's only 30 days, right? And you can flat out say in your training, like, hey, a lot of you guys might not know me. You maybe never worked with me in this capacity, so I wanted to give you a chance to get in, to get in on this early, and I want you to give you an opportunity to work with me for a short amount of time and really see what it's like, because often, we're not sure what it's going to be like to work with a coach, so I've created this just for you guys. That's the other thing you want to talk about. You've created the program for them, because you have. You did an SMS post, you got interest. So you want to make sure you're clear, like, it's not that you just wanted to sell a program and get some clients, but you saw people with a need, so you created a program, okay? If you're not talking to the people that you want to work with, start talking to them, right? Understand their needs, right? Because when you understand their needs, you can truly say, hey, that you're with me and I haven't lost you on this Friday night. And I'm going to have a drink of water. I told you guys I have a drinking problem. Oh, by the way, these are Carson's earrings tonight. Oh, and I had to laugh, right? I was like, I need another Christmas shirt. And I was like, I'm going to run out of Christmas shirts. I really have a lot of red shirts. Can you tell my closet's over there? Because I just looked at it. All right, you guys. So, we're still here. All right, good. I know there's a delay. So if you have questions, let me know, okay? This is not as hard as you think it's going to be. And if you don't commit to doing it, you will never do it. Right, Jen? Like, if you don't commit to doing it, you'll never do it. You have to commit first. Commit. Do the thing. what happens if it works, right? So often we're like, but what if it doesn't work? And like, you guys have probably seen that thing, but it's like, but my dear, what if it does? Like, what if it does? And you're like, how is that so easy? This is crazy, right? Step into it. Step into the version of you that can do this, right? And if it sucks, who cares? Your first one is probably not going to be your best one. It's not going to be your best one, right? I hate saying your first one's probably going to suck, but it might kind of suck, right? And it'll get better, and it'll be really good practice, and you'll learn, right? It was funny. I actually got a message, so a little side note, from one of my clients yesterday, and she was like, it was so cute the way she messaged it. She goes, I just want to know if you stopped today to high five yourself and how far you've come. And I was like, well, what a sweet message. But she was like, I was watching some of your older videos, and she goes, not that you didn't look like you were like where you needed to be, but she's like you've grown so much and you're just amazing on camera, and like all these really nice compliments. And that's not the point of this story. But the point is, if I go back and look at my first live videos from 4 years ago, I'm better than I was then, right? You guys will get better. We should all be getting better with time, okay? So it's okay if it doesn't go great, and it's okay if the pitch feels a little bit weird, or the invite, or whatever you want to call it. Like, all of that is okay. But if you don't get the first one out from under your belt, you're never going to do it, okay? And the only way you get better at this kind of stuff is doing it, okay? Are you with me? Are you excited? Who's ready? Felicia, are you still here? Are you gonna do this with all the leads that you got? I know that there's a few of you. Crystal was going to post hers. I don't think she's done it yet. Miranda was going to do hers. Miranda did hers. You did yours, right? She did hers, and we talked about this day. She has a strategy. She has hers planned for the 29th, right? So she's got hers on the books. Everybody wants to skip day one, right? Let it be messy. It has to be messy. It's always going to be messy, right? And then you can see where you've come from. Like, nobody is amazing when they start. True story. No one is amazing when they start. I'm going to share a story with you guys that's just kind of funny looking back. So we opened our CrossFit gym. A lot of you guys don't know this. This is that commit first, figure it out later. Brandon and I met late September of 2009. We started looking at buildings in January of 2010 for space to rent for our gym. Okay, so we opened our gym in March of 2010. We did construction for like 2 months. But essentially, we launched a business, opened a business together. We had known each other 4 months. Okay, hindsight, maybe not the smartest thing, but foresight, it worked, right? We started our business, then we got married, then we had kids, and here we are, right? We're like 4 businesses later. But the point of that, you guys, when we started, I didn't know much about CrossFit. Like, I hadn't been CrossFitting that long. Brandon had. We were coaching. I actually didn't have my level 1 yet. And literally, he would be like, okay, this is how you coach a deadlift. And like, I had worked out for a long time, but I hadn't done Olympic lifting. This is a total like tangent, but it's true. And he would like teach me, and then I'd go teach it. And then I'd be like, that was terrible. That was not at all how it was supposed to go, right? And I remember one of our trainers saying, he's like, I had a gym and I would teach people something. And then he's like, and then I would learn more to go back the next day and be like, scrap everything I told you, right? But like, it's a learning process. It's a growth, right? You're never going to grow if you don't take action. Okay, that's my side note and my passion. So jump out of the plane, build it on the way down. If not, there's a parachute, right? What's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't work. People don't show up. Who cares? Okay. Here's the other thing though, you guys. If nobody shows up, do it anyway. Okay. Send me a message. And if I can be there, I will be there. Okay. Put it in this group. Go support each other, right? That is the beautiful thing that I love the most about the Invincible Entrepreneur, okay? The women inside that group right now are incredible. And if somebody needs support, they're going to show up and help each other. They're going to show up. They're going to comment on your posts. They're going to do all of this stuff. It really is a community. So if you're going to do this and you want us to be there, just put it in the group. We will show up, okay? I mean, if we can. We will be there. We will help you. We will support you. We will push you and hold you, right? I will push you out of the airplane and then I'll catch you if it doesn't work, okay? But if nobody shows up, do it anyway. Do it on Zoom. Act like people are there. Nobody knows if you do it in Zoom on speaker view. No one will know if anyone's there. Okay, still do the training, because after you do the training, you reach out to everyone that you know that might want it, anyone that's in your group, anyone that you know might want it, and you're like, hey, I just did this training. Do you want it? And people will say yes. And you send it to them. They may not watch it. That's okay. You reach back out. It gives you all the reasons to talk to people, right? Erin says, absolutely best group ever. So much support, especially when you cry in a call for 30 minutes. Erin, I love you. So, like, do it anyway. So here's the thing about Erin, you guys. Yes, 2 weeks ago, she cried on our call for 30 minutes. and we helped her through it, and we came up with what made sense for her, and she shifted. And then she signed up a paid in full 6-month one-to-one client, right? It works, you guys, it works. But here's the thing. If Erin wasn't inside of our group, and she can answer this for you, and she'll answer it on Sunday, so if you want to hear more of this story, but like, I love you, Erin. So like, what would she have done? She probably would have spun, and she probably would have got stressed, and she probably would have hustled more, because that was the energy she was in. And instead, we decided she should slow down. She should maybe look at one-on-ones for a second. She should regroup. She should go back to taking care of herself. And guess what? Boom, she got a client, right? Like, it works. But Erin was also vulnerable. She was honest. She was open, right? And that's the point of this group, is it's holding space and pushing you into new space, right? Like, that's what we all need. Like, this leveling up thing, it goes like this. And entrepreneurship goes like this, okay? But when you're spinning, you need someone to help you, okay? So you got to step into it. So if right now when I'm talking, you're just like sitting back in your chair and you're like, nope, not doing this, Courtney. I'm not doing this, right? Just step in, right? Send me a message. Let's talk, okay? I am not going to pressure you into anything, but I will help you get outside of your comfort zone, and I will help you grow. And when you do that and you start serving these people, I know Erin worked with this client this week, and she's like, it was so beautiful. She's so ready. It's amazing. And I want you guys to think about that. Who needs you right now? Who needs your help? Who needs your healing? Who's in hustle? Who's stressed out? Who's in panic? Who needs a business opportunity? Like, who needs you? And if you don't step up, they're not going to get served. So I want you guys to understand that it is your responsibility to go do these things. It is your responsibility to level up. It is your responsibility to grow. And it is your responsibility to do the things in the world you're meant to do. Okay? That's my tangent because I love you guys. And I know it's true. Like, I know so many of you, and I want you to be serving the world, and I want you to be making the money that you want to make, and I want you to have freedom, and I want you to have joy and vacations, and I want you to have all of this stuff. And if you decide to commit to the Invincible Entrepreneur, that will happen, okay? Right now, just to commit to doing your webinar, right? Go do your webinar, and let's see what happens. Because if you do the things, and you've been building your audience, and you've been doing the engagement, you will get people to show up, and you will get people, right? Think about this. What if you only got 3? Okay, cool, you just made $900. If you're brand new, have you made $900? Have you proved to yourself that this works, right? And so much of this, you guys, isn't about the money. It's about providing. It's about proving to yourself that you can do this. It's about stepping into that role and saying, yeah, this is what I want to do, right? It's about stepping into that role that feels scary. And I'll be honest with you guys, like when I pivoted from like health and wellness and food and body stuff into like being an entrepreneur coach, I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to take me serious. I don't know if this is going to work. And it's been amazing. And the reason it's been amazing is because I was in alignment with it. So if you have something, I've talked to some of you that are like, I don't know if I'm ready to like put this out there. Just put it out there, right? Just put it out there. Jen says people need your magic, and they do. So just put it out there, okay? So this is me sending you love, sending you support, sending you guidance. If you have no idea what you would coach or what you want your SMS to post to be, take 20 minutes right now. It's 6:10 my time, 6:08. Write this down. What could you talk about for 30 days? What could you teach somebody in 30 days? You all have a bajillion things you could teach. If this isn't coming to you, tomorrow morning, get up, do some breath work, do some meditation. I'm gonna host breath work, by the way, tomorrow at 6:30 Colorado time. I know if you're on the East Coast, that's crazy early. 6:30 is the only time I can do it, okay? So 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. If you want the link for Zoom, I will send it to you. Come do breath with us, okay? Come do breath with us, do a meditation, do something tomorrow morning. And then get out a piece of paper and literally write down every single thing that you know. Every single thing that you could teach somebody. It doesn't have to even be related to your business. What have you been through in your life that you can teach, right? You will be blown away by the amount of stuff that you can teach. And then take one of those things that's your favorite thing, put it together, and teach it for 30 days, okay? You will grow as a coach, your business will grow, and you will be so happy that you did. So if you guys have questions, let me know. But yet again, let's recap. Brain dump. I love brain dumps, right? They're so much fun. So recap. Continue to engage or prime the pump. Continue to post your engagement posts. Post your SMS post on Monday, maybe Tuesday. Plan your webinar. Host your webinar. Tell everyone you know about your webinar or your training. I should stop saying webinar. Tell everyone you know about it. Post it inside of our group. If you go inside the Invincible Entrepreneur and you post it, I will promote it. I will share it with everybody. Like, do the thing, you guys. I'm giving you permission. There's 550 people in this group, okay? share it, talk about it, get excited, get over your fear, do it anyway, right? We talked about fear, that I'm changing it to F everything and grow. That's what I want you guys to do, okay? Go prove to yourself you can do this. Set yourself up for an amazing, amazing, amazing 2021. Thank you for the hearts, my love. And I'm going to be here to support you guys, okay? I still have time, so just a couple announcements. I have time on my calendar this weekend if you want to chat, okay? If you're anti-weekends, totally fine with that, okay? I will be in my car waiting on my children to play soccer tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon Mountain Standard Time. So if you want one of those spots, come grab them, okay? If you just have questions, if you have like zero interest in joining Invincible Entrepreneur, I'm totally fine with that. This is not a sales call. I truly want to help you, okay? If you have questions about what it actually looks like to join us, let's do that too, right? Let's do all of that. So I'm available tomorrow. Probably not on Sunday, but I will be in here answering questions, okay? Erin and I will be chatting. I say probably not because it's Skylar's 5th birthday, which I don't know how she's 5, but that's another note. My calendar is open on Monday. My calendar is open on Tuesday, okay? The cart will close on Tuesday, unless, there's a caveat to this. If you get on my calendar and you have questions and you need to come up with some creative ways to sign up or to get over your fear or whatever, get on the phone with me as long as you've been on my calendar, okay? Even if you can't get on my calendar before next week, if you're on my calendar, I will let the price stay, okay? After that, the price will go up, okay? Tuesday night at midnight, the price will increase, okay? And it's going to increase a fair amount. So if you guys want to be in, if you're nervous, if you need to know more, get yourself on my calendar. Let's talk, okay? If you're just curious, maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. That's cool too, okay? If you're like, gosh, I really want to do this, and I know some other people, I have an affiliate program. Reach out to me. I will help you get other people in this program, okay? I want this to grow, and I want to make it work for you guys. And I know that sometimes money is the biggest objection we all have. What if I can't do it? Can I do it? Like, I'll tell you guys a story. When I joined my very first program, when I joined Hungry for Happiness, I had actually no idea, like zero idea how I was going to make a $15,000 investment. None. Zero. Zilch, nada. I just had this pull and this calling, and I was like, I have to do this. And I figured it out, right? And I remember going downstairs, and I said yes on the phone call, and I was like, what did I just do? But I knew I had to do it. And bless my husband's heart, I went downstairs, and I was like, so just signed up for this thing, and it's $1,200 a month. And he was like, okay. And like, we were not in a great place at that point in our life because the gym and all the things, right? And he's like, okay. And I was like, I'll make it. I'll figure it out. And he's like, I know you will. And he's like, you need this. And he hugged me and he moved on, right? So find people in your life that support you like that and believe in yourself. And I promise you guys, if you put your back to the wall, you'll go figure it out, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. So, oh my God, Sally, can I share our story? So Sally says, I remember you telling me to go to my hubby with a plan. So I enrolled Sally in Hungry for Happiness. So if you guys don't know, a lot of us are from Hungry for Happiness, which is an amazing program all about food and body. And I was doing enrollment for them 2 years ago. And Sally and I got on the phone and we had an instant connection. And I was like, she's like, I just don't know. I've done all these things and my husband's going to tell me I'm crazy. And I was like, okay, we're going to come up with a plan. And we came up with a plan. And it took a solid month maybe for her to convince him and to jump, and it's changed her whole life. I think at one point even we had I could get my husband to talk to your husband. And I asked my husband, I'm like, would you talk to some of these women's husbands for me? Because he knew how much it had changed my life and he knew how much it was going to change theirs. And he's like, yeah, I totally can. So if you have husbands that aren't supportive, my husband will talk to your husband. Just saying. But anyway, yeah. And Sally and I have been bonded ever since. And that was years ago. So again, you guys, the world brings people into your life because you're meant to be there. Okay. So if you're here, you're meant to be here. If somebody recommended this group to you, you're meant to be here. Right. I mean, it's amazing. And yes, Brandon is amazing. I have a very, very supportive husband. He also has lots of, we were joking the other day about, like, we're both pretty big visionaries, and we used to think that we were executors, and we're not at all. Like, we're visionaries, and he'll come to me with these crazy ideas. Hey, I want to do this. And I'm like, cool, I want to do this. And it's funny, and we might do better if we just focus. But we were moving the gym. A lot of you guys know we did construction at the gym. And we kept moving these boxes like every day, and they're huge. I mean, they're like, I can barely get my arms around them, and I'm pretty strong, but they're wide and they're awkward, and they're 20 by 24 inch boxes. And I was like, we should make like a box that would like blow up or that's collapsible or something. I was kidding. I was just exhausted and tired moving these boxes. And he's like, we should. And you guys, he's drawn plans. He's talked to a designer. Like, it's in the works, right? So get somebody that supports your crazy ideas, because like crazy ideas are what makes the world go round. So if you have a crazy idea, let's make it happen. So anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here this week. If you're catching the replays, that's amazing. If you know someone that you're like, I really wish they would have seen this training, invite them to the group, send them a message, get them in contact with me. I want to help you guys. I want to see everybody make 2021 amazing. And I mean that so much from the bottom of my heart. It's crazy. So I appreciate you guys. Be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm going to do some question and answer and chat a little bit more about some other things. Be here at noon Mountain Standard Time on Sunday, and then I'm going to do a bonus training on Monday too. So love you guys. Appreciate you. Go have an amazing Friday night, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Thanks, guys.